What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadski and I am back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And today I'm going to be overviewing some brand new units that were added to the character log of One Piece Treasure Cruise Global. And we're most likely going to be seeing a brand new Sugo Fest very soon, within the next week or two, involving these brand new units. And you guys better be hyped because these units are actually pretty cool. So I hope you guys do go on to enjoy today's video. And if you guys do enjoy it, make sure to smack the like button down below. But without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So this first unit here is Monkey D. Luffy, Loyal Straw Hat Crew, and this guy here is a 5-star unit and is a strength fighter, free spirit character, and at max level at level 99. He has 2,772 health, which is pretty good, 1,411 attack, which is awesome, and 176 recovery, which is on the low end. And he has 27 cost, and he has 4 socket spots as well, which makes this guy really cool. Now, his captain effect is quite simple in just boosting the attack of strength characters by 2.5 times, which is awesome. We've waited a long time for a 2.5 leader for strength, other than Blackbeard, because, Blackbeard does have some pretty harsh, conditions that, you have to abide by with him. But, for a straight 2.5 times leader for strength, it is really good. And his special, which starts at 25 turns and maxes at 18 turns, will reduce the crew's current HP by 99% and then deal 25 times this character's attack in fixed damage. That's the most important part there. It's fixed damage, meaning that it actually breaks through defensive barriers, through turtles and stuff like that, which is really cool. And it also will boost the attack of strength characters by 2 times for 1 turn. That is absolutely phenomenal. A 2 times boost to strength characters is amazing, because most of the hard hitters in this game are strength units, and to get a 2 times boost to those guys for 1 turn is phenomenal. It's actually really good. Not only that, but that fixed damage is also really good for taking on some specific stages that you might need fixed damage for, so that also makes this guy really good. Just the fact that it only maxes at 18 turns though is a little bit annoying. It would be good if it went down to maybe 15 or 16 turns, but 18 turns is still reasonable, I would say, for such a really powerful special like this. So the next unit we're going to be breaking down is Sanji of the Loyal Straw Hat Crew, and he is a 5-star unit and is an int fighter powerhouse character, and at max level at level 99. He has 2,834 health, which is really high. He has 1224 attack, which is really good, and a recovery of 226, which is also really nice as well. Now, he has 27 cost and 4 socket spots like the other units, and his captain effect will reduce damage received by 80% if your HP is above 99% at the start of the turn. So basically meaning you have to be at full health, and if you are at full health, you will take 80% less damage, which really isn't that good. It would be better if this unit came out a long time ago for zombie teams. However, zombie teams aren't really that used anymore because there's just so many other different units that you can use in order to beat dungeons. This guy really isn't that great of a captain, and his special, which starts at 23 turns and maxes at 17 turns, will deal several times this character's attack in int damage to all enemies. Now, I'm pretty sure that damage is actually boosted depending on how much HP you have. I'm pretty sure the lower your HP, the more damage it actually does. So, it's just kind of there. It's not a great special, not a great captain ability. Honestly, probably one of the worst Sanjis in the game. No, not like too much use for him at all. He's a fighter and a powerhouse if you want to put him on those types of teams, but really his special and captain effects aren't really that useful in sort of any sort of circumstances at all. Next unit on the list is Nami of the Loyal Straw Hat Crew. She's a 5-star unit and is a quick striker cerebral character, and at max level at level 99 she has just under 2,000 health, which is reasonably low. She has 1,000 attack, which is about standard, and recovery of 455, which is quite high as well. And she has 27 cost and 4 socket spots as well. Now, her captain effect will boost the attack of striker characters by 2 times and their recovery by 1.5 times. So again, kind of like a decent, sort of a standard average sort of captain effect. Nothing amazing, probably won't use it that often, but a special which starts at 23 turns and maxes at 16 turns will randomize all your orbs and protects from defeat as long as HP is above 50% for 1 turn. So again, a special that you're probably not going to use that often, similar to Sanji. The captain effect and special would have been probably really good a while ago. However, right now they're not that good. There's just so many different units that fulfill these roles a lot better if you do need to use these roles anyway. So overall, Nami, not really the best of this brand new batch of Straw Hat units. Next unit we're going to break down is Brooke of the Loyal Straw Hat Crew. Now, this guy here is a 5-star unit and is a Psy/a free spirit character, And at max level, at level 99, he has 2,788 health, which is reasonably high. His attack power is 1243, which is really good. And his recovery is 234, which is also pretty good as well. Now, he has 27 cost and 4 sockets as well. Now, his captain effect will boost the attack of side characters by 2 times, and then reduce damage received from int enemies by 30%. Really, again, it's sort of not a great captain effect. There's just so many other different units that will fulfill this role a lot better than what Brooke does. Now, his special, it starts at 23 turns and maxes at 16 turns. It will deal random side damage to all enemies and then randomize all your orbs. Now, there are some instances where this special actually can be used, especially on a strong-willed Shanks team. If you guys have that unit as a captain, if you guys don't know what he does, he actually gives you a lot of a higher chance of getting sight orbs on your team. And if you have this guy being Brooke of the Loyal Straw Hat crew on your team, you can randomize your orbs, and then having Shanks as your captain, you'll have a higher chance of getting sight orbs depending on what happens. Like the best sort of situation to use this in is like when an enemy will give you really bad orbs, then you can use Brooke's special to shuffle all your orbs again, and then with the double Shanks as your captain, you should get really high chances of getting lots of sight orbs. So that's kind of like the best instance to use Brooke's special in. But other than that, he's not really that great of a unit. You know, he has decent stats. He is a slasher. He's a free spirit character. So there's sort of different teams you can use him in. But overall, not the best of the Straw Hat bunch of this batch, but still a pretty decent unit overall. Next on the list is Zoro of the Loyal Straw Hat crew. This guy here is a 5-star unit and is a dex slasher driven character. Now at max level, at level 99, he has 2,900 HP, which is quite high. His attack power is 1321, which is also quite high as well, and his recovery is 171, which is on the low end of the spectrum. Now he has 27 cost and 4 sockets as well. Now his captain effect will boost the attack of dex characters by 3 times if HP is below 30% at the start of the turn. So this actually can be used, pretty decent captain effect. Again, you know, if you have the Moby Dick, the Whitebeard Forest ship, it makes running a dex team with this guy as your captain a lot more manageable, meaning that you're going to be getting a lot easier down to your threshold of below 30% with the Moby Dick. So if you guys want to run this guy as a captain, as I said, Moby Dick would be the best option as your ship. But then again, there are other units that are, you know, probably a little bit better than using just a pure dex team. Probably dex slashers are a lot better than just a pure dex team. Now his special, which starts at 20 turns and maxes at 14 turns, will change adjacent slots into dex and then deal 1000 fixed damage to all enemies. This is actually a pretty good special, not gonna lie, especially because he is a slasher as well, so he goes really well in a pure dex slasher team. So if you want to run against a quick raid boss such as Eneru or anything else, you know, this guy as a sub unit is really good, giving guaranteed 3 dex orbs, which is awesome, and then you can switch them around with Doflamingo. There's just so many different really cool ways that you can actually abuse this Zoro, and overall he's actually, you know, a pretty decent unit, probably one of the better of the batch, to be honest. He has a really cool special and a really good captain effect if you can manage being under 30% HP. Moving on from Zoro, we now have Chopper of the Loyal Straw Hat crew. Now this guy here, Chopper, is a 5-star unit and is a dex shooter cerebral character. Now at max level, at level 99, he has 2,212 HP, which is about the standard. His attack power is 1,099, which is on a little bit of the low end, about average, it's about standard, and his recovery is 368, which is actually quite high. Now he has 27 cost and 4 sockets like the rest of the units. Now his captain effect will boost the attack and recovery of dex characters by 2 times. Again, similar to, you know, some of the other units of this batch, captain effect really isn't that great. You know, there's just so many different units that will fulfill the role better, and his special starts at 23 turns and maxes at 17 turns, will remove poison and recover 15 times this character's recovery in HP. Now, this special actually can be used and probably will see some use later on, because especially for Colosseum, there are some dungeons that will heavily poison you, so having Chopper there to heal poison and also getting a little bit of recovery back as well is also really, really nice as well. So, you know, this guy is actually pretty decent. I would keep him for some specific dungeons that he might be used in later on, but you won't be using him that often. He's more of a unique unit that you'll use for some specific dungeon that you might need to heal poison and perhaps get some recovery back on. Now we move on to Nico Robin from the Loyal Straw Hat crew. She's a 5-star unit and is an int fighter cerebral character, and a max level at level 99. She has 2,076 HP, which is about, you know, about the standard. She has an attack power of 1,099, which is the same as the Chopper of the same batch, and she has 400 recovery, which is awesome. She has 27 cost and 4 sockets as well. Her captain effect will boost the attack and recovery of int characters by 2 times. So again, pretty much the exact same captain effect as the Chopper of the batch, except for int characters. And her special, which starts at 23 turns and maxes at 16 turns, will boost the chance of getting int orbs for 3 turns. This is a pretty good sort of special, but the thing is, there is a little bit of a dilemma here where, you know, even if you do want to bring this unit in a pure int team, you'd much rather just bring the version 1 Nico Robin, just because the version 1 will boost the attack of int characters by 2 times. So you can't really bring both this one, the Loyal Straw Hat Crew, and the version 1 Robin in the same team, which does make it a little bit more annoying, you know, because, you know, both of their specials are pretty good on pure int teams. It just depends on what you really want to bring. Both versions of the Robin are really good, but overall, this Nico Robin unit isn't really that bad. It does have a usable special, but overall, you won't be using this Robin too often. Now, we've got 2 more units left, and these last 2 units are probably the best of the batch. They are 100% the best units of this batch. We have Usopp of the Loyal Straw Hat Crew. This guy here is a 5-star unit and is a quick shooter character with no secondary class. He has, at level 99, he has 2,301 HP, which is pretty nice. His attack power is 954, which is the lowest of the batch, and his recovery is 376, which is also quite high. He has 27 costs and 4 sockets, and his captain effect will boost the attack of shooter characters by 2 times and their recovery by 1.5 times. But that is not why Usopp is one of the best of the batch. It is his amazing special. 21 turns at start and 14 turn at max, delays all enemies for 3 turns and cuts the current HP of each enemy by 10%. How phenomenal is that special? You know, especially when it's at max, you know, getting a 14 turn cooldown. You know, even when you compare it to Golden Pound Usopp, you wait 4 more turns, but you get a 10% health cut for every enemy. That is crazy. Like, it's so good. He has 4 sockets as well, which means running him on teams is going to be so much more worth it. You know, when you compare him to Golden Pound Usopp, who only has 2 socket spots. You know, I'm not going to compare the two and say one is better than the other. Both are really good in their own right. It really depends on what sort of dungeon you are running against. You know, for training forests, I would personally say that this Usopp of the Loyal Straw Hat Crew is a little bit better, because taking down, you know, 0 stamina dungeons is very difficult on the training forest, as, you know, there are lots of enemies. They typically will have a lot of HP, so getting a nice 10% health cut is always really good. But then again, it really does depend on what sort of dungeon you are going up against, as, you know, a 10-turn cooldown could be more beneficial to you. It really does depend, but both of these units, both Golden Pound and this Usopp of the Loyal Straw Hat Crew, are both phenomenal. They're super amazing, and this guy fits perfectly on a Strong World Ace team. Now, the last of this Straw Hat batch that I want to overview for you guys is the brand new Frankie of the Loyal Straw Hat Crew. This guy here is a 5-star unit and is a strength shooter free spirit character, and at max level, at level 99, he has 2,801 HP, which is quite high. His attack power is 1395, which is also really high, and his recovery is 161, which is a little bit on the low end, but makes up for it with his awesome health and attack prowess. But he has 27 cost and 4 sockets as well. His captain effect will boost the attack of strength characters by 2.25 and then deal 2 times this character's attack in strength damage to all enemies at the end of each turn. Pretty nice captain effect, 2.25 strength leader, as well as, you know, getting a little bit of chip damage at the end of every turn. Pretty solid captain in my opinion. Special though, which what makes this guy really cool. He starts at 17 turns, maxes at 11, changes his own orb to strength, and then amplifies the effects of orbs by 1.5 for 2 turns. So that's amazing. You know, a 1.5 orb amplifier is also just, it's really good. You know, you got Kaku, Nolan, and Kobe who already do that. But not only that, this guy gives himself a matching orb, which, you know, just makes it that much better. And, you know, similar to Usopp, he just fits perfectly in a Strong World Ace team. He has 4 socket spots. He can fit on a shooter team, as I mentioned, with Strong World Ace. He's also a free spirit character, so you can fit him on a Sabo team if you guys have Sabo as well. He fits amazingly on a Sabo team, and highly recommend to run him on that sort of team. He's also a strength unit, so you can run him on a pure strength team as well. There are just so many different ways that you can run this guy. He's probably the best of the batch in my opinion, or equal with Usopp. Both of those units are just so good. And yeah, it's probably, you know, one of my favorite units of the batch, equal with Usopp. They're just super important for future teams in One Piece Treasure Cruise. They're going to be so good on Training Forest, so good against 0 staminas. Just highly recommend it, guys. If you guys have the gems, this would be an amazing Suga Fest to pull for. Just when you thought I was done, there's a brand new legend that's going to be introduced into this brand new batch, along with all of these Straw Hat units, being Knight of the Sea Jinbei, Warlord of the Sea. This guy was supposed to be out with the 3-day, 2-year batch 2 units. However, we didn't end up getting him. For some reason, we didn't get him then. But we're getting him now with this brand new batch of Straw Hat units. And this guy is an absolute beast. So let's go through him real quick. He's a 6-star unit and is an int fighter powerhouse character. Max level at level 99. He has 3,400 HP. Phenomenal. Amazing. 3,400 is crazy amounts. His attack power is 1440, which is quite high as well, and his recovery is 347, which is also good. Obviously, with most of the 6 stars, they're going to have pretty amazing stats. Now, he also has a cost of 55 and 5 socket spots as well. His captain effect will boost the attack of fighter characters by 2 times and their recovery by 1.5 times. However, if your HP is above 70% or below 30%, either one of the two, then you don't get 2 times boost. You get a 2.75 times boost to fighter characters. How crazy is that? So you're getting a 2.75 fighter boost as well as a 1.5 health boost to fighters. It's so good. He is the best fighter captain in the game, and you know, when you look at his stats and what he can clear on Japan, he can clear 100% of content. That will include only training forests and raids. It doesn't count Colosseums, although I'm pretty sure he'd be able to clear all of them, or if not, you know, most of the Colosseums on Japan. He's an amazing captain. He's just super good. You know, most of the captains that will give you a really high attack boost and HP boost are usually the top tier captains, usually. So this guy's just an amazing unit. He's just super good. And his special now, which starts at 19 turns and maxes at 14, will, for 1 turn, perfects become harder to hit, and then deal 20 times this character's attack in int damage to every single enemy, and then change all fighter characters' orbs to matching. Like, what? That is just mind-boggling amazing. So, let's break it down. So, this is all happening for 1 turn, remember. Perfects become harder to hit. Now, if you guys remember on the previous batch review with the 3-day, 2-year Luffy, his special will make perfects easier to hit. So if you go ahead and use Jinbei's special, and then you use 3-day, 2-year Luffy special, it will counteract both of them and make perfects neutral. So it's going to be just normal. You can hit perfects normally. But if you don't have Luffy on your team and you use this special, it will make perfects harder to hit, meaning that the ring or the radius that you use in order to hit your perfect is going to be reduced by a little bit. So I don't know the exact statistic on how hard it is to actually hit the perfect, but it's going to make it a little bit harder to hit your perfects. Then it also does a lot of damage, you know, 20 times his attack to every single enemy. Very good. And also changes fighters. Every single fighter on your team gets a matching orb. Like, oh, that is just phenomenal. It's super good, meaning that you don't have to run like 2 or 3 units to get a full board of matching orbs. This guy does it himself, and because you'll typically run 2 Jinbeis on the same team as both captains, you get 2 turns of full matching orbs. So how good is that? It's super good. So you get that amazing captain ability, an amazing special for fighters. You've also got amazing sub-units as well, like Koala that gives a 1.75 fighter boost. Definitely, you know, units in the future that are going to be really good for this will be coming out soon as well. So, you know, stay tuned on the channel, because there's going to be lots of breakdowns of future units that will be coming out that will support this Jinbei, and this Jinbei is just going to be an absolute beast on global. We've already got a lot of good sub-units that will already support him, that can clear a lot of content, but he's only going to get better from here. So if you guys pull Jinbei, you guys should be very happy, as he's one of the best legends in One Piece Treasure Cruise. So I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video, and if you guys have enjoyed it, make sure to click the like button down below, and if you want to stay up to date with all of the content that I post on my channel, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, then make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I will see you guys within the next video.